The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in on a New Year note. Happy New Year, everybody. 96.3 WLCN FM to Viewpoint. And anyway, I want to say a special kudos and shout out to our staff here at WLCN. Jim's giving me the eyebrows. You're like, where's she going with this? Folks, if you didn't tune in the past 2 weeks, we've had some amazing basketball games, and it takes a village to put all of that together, to stream it, to announce it, to actually go to it, change a tire on a road.
Lloyd, yep.
Yeah, Lloyd. But anyway, so, special shout out to all of our staff for covering the girls and boys basketball games. It was not an easy feat, but also congratulations to both teams. They brought home some hardware. So anyway, and keep going. Like you guys say, we are halfway through the season. So anyway, so changing gears here, like we said, New Year, Happy New Year. We have some amazing guests with us from Precision Movement, Ashley and Patrick Kilmartin. But more importantly, we have their kids with us. So this is a first. So anyway, you want to stand up and introduce yourselves? Because you guys watched YouTube last night, did some homework, and know that we do record this. So what's your names?
My name is Autumn.
Autumn? Okay.
My name is Dawson.
Hi, Dawson. And you guys, where do you go to school at?
Chester, East Lincoln.
Chester, East Lincoln. Awesome. And as Jim was saying earlier, you have his son, Mr. Ash, as a teacher. You did this summer, right? So, sometimes, yeah. Well, that's great. So, Precision Movement, when did you guys start up? I guess we could start with the basics there.
Sure, yeah. 2017, October of 2017, I left a full-time career and jumped in with both feet, and that was just the push to go. So
that's wonderful.
Gave us 2 weeks notice, and
yeah,
then we were
we were
going. Yeah, within a month of that, then we were going and making plans. So.
That's wonderful. Now, where are you guys located at? Everybody, some people know, some people don't know. So.
Yeah, we are on North Kickapoo, so 1417 North Kickapoo.
Okay.
That's our location.
Now, that's near what the...
So there is a hair salon next to us, Primp Hair Salon, and then the...
Dr. Miller's.
Dr. Miller's next to you.
Dr. Miller's, there it is.
Awesome. So people driving by, kind of the vicinity there, everything. What is your guys' hours?
So it varies. So we have class times, which is group classes are our main attraction, but we do have personal training as well. So just depending on when you come to class would be the hours wise, but then otherwise outside of that we have personal training, which could happen any time of the day. So, but as far as like class times, we have a 5:15 in the morning. So that's Monday through Friday. Then we also have a 9 a.m. class, again Monday through Friday, minus Wednesday. And then a 4, 5, and 6 p.m. class. So on average, we have the 5 days or 5 classes a day. And then we've also added a 6:30 a.m. because our 5:15ers are made us a little busting at the seams. So we had to add an extra class time there to help with some overflow. So we have a 6:30 a.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays. So.
That's wonderful. What's your average class size?
So our average, I would say, is 8.
8 to 10.
Yep. And
depending
then,
on the day and the time of the year.
yeah, that.
I was going to say.
There's certain seasons that are a little bit busier than others.
So of course, starting the new off ride with a new foot and
Yeah.
a new outlook, and we're going to work out and stick with it. And
Yep. And also,
Lloyd, is that your goal for this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually going to get in shape for softball before the season rather than show up and
Show up and then play.
Yeah.
Play yourself to death. So.
yeah. And our 515 class, I'd say our average class size there is 12 to 14. So again, they're some of our most consistent people. So yeah.
They're
And
pretty
then you have
dedicated.
classes. I have some friends that come, I believe, in the evening, afternoon classes you guys
Yeah.
have. What are those times?
So that's 4, 5, and 6 p.m.
4, 5, and 6 then.
Yeah. So our classes are about an hour long then. So whenever you come in, then we have the same workout for the whole entire day. So whether you come to the 5:15 in the morning or 6 o'clock at night, then you're both doing the same workout. It's just that it's at a different time. So what's nice about that is that then if you miss your alarm or snooze it too many times in the morning, then you could still come after work and be able to still get your routine in. Or if you have somebody that goes to 5:15 in the morning, then you can see what they did. So then you can kind of compare and talk about like, hey, this was the workout today. This is, what'd you do? Oh, this is what I did. And so that community part really comes in because we can have community across all class times, not just one specific time. So it kind of keeps everybody interlinked and connected there.
What sets you apart from everybody else? I've heard some great things about you guys from friends and stuff that go there, but what have you heard? What do you guys think that sets yourselves apart from everybody?
I think
area?
a big difference for us compared to like a regular gym that you would join or go to is we're a coaching gym. So there's a coach at every class. We lead every class. We have a basic structure for each class, so that way we can maintain quality throughout the day. And also we're there to make sure that our people are moving correctly and safely, that we're not overloading with our weights, that we're not using poor movement patterns, things like that. So we just want to make sure that everybody's getting the most out of each class by being, as safe and moving as safe as possible.
You're just not turning them loose. And
We don't turn them
saying,
loose,
"Here you
no.
go," and
So no matter whether you're coming for a group class or coming for personal training, no matter what, you're getting some sort of instruction or somebody's watching you move. A coach is watching you move to make sure you're moving properly. That's one thing that with like a traditional gym, and you can go do your own thing, which is great, but then if you don't know what you're doing, then you can kind of be like, I don't know about this fitness thing, or I want to get healthy and I want to lift weights, but I have no idea what to do. And that's another piece that I think sets us apart, is that you can be a beginner and come into our gym because we help you every step of the way. So a lot of times our new people that come in or people that inquire, they're just like, I don't know what to do. I know nothing about fitness. And we're like, that's okay. Like, we can make that work, and sometimes that's better because then we get to start from scratch with no bad habits. So
That's awesome.
But yeah, so we walk you through everything. I think another part, with the guidance, with the coaching piece, is that when injuries or maybe you're just having a bad day, it may deter you from working out, when really you still need to move your body, and so that's where the coaches are able to help with that. So if you've got something weird going on with your shoulder, or you're not quite sure, like, should I work out, should I not, then you can come in, ask the coach, like, hey, I don't know if I should be doing something overhead today because I don't know what this is, and the coach is there to help you. So that part's nice, that you get help, guidance to you can still get your workout on, even though you may have something that's a limiting factor or something you may not know about.
I know you said coaching. So at different times, you guys been invited out to Lincoln High School.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tell us a little bit about that.
That's been great. Yeah.
Yeah.
You lead that one.
So yeah, we've been to the high school. So Coach Hake has a class that he's doing. He's one of our members as well. So he's the one that came to us with the idea of coming to help with his students. And some of the movements we do in our class, then he's also teaching to them. And he's like, I would love to have you guys come in so that way they can hear somebody else instead of just him, right?
Yeah.
That teacher part we were talking
teacher
about.
part mentality, yeah.
Sometimes when you have a guest, then it's, we're paying attention a little more. So we've been helping with some of the Olympic lifts. So those are a clean and a snatch. So those are complex movements. So they take a little bit of time and refining and technique. And so that's what we've been able to help them out with. And, from what he's told me and what I've seen is that these kids are hungry to learn more. And he's seeing it from a side that not just the athletes, but like what happens after school or once you graduate, once you go to college, once you graduate from college, then what happens? There's this gap in life where it's like, okay, what do I do now? And you no longer do PE class, so you're not getting that physical activity that you used to have. And then college, what happens in college?
Yeah. and the kids aren't just stagnant, so just getting over that stagnant period.
So really trying to teach this longevity piece of fitness doesn't have to be, the most extreme thing. It's just moving your body. And so us being able to come in to, to show that we're, the next generation above them, that we're still doing just exactly what you guys are doing, and that's just moving our bodies, and it doesn't have to be anything complex unless you want it to be, right?
Yeah.
But that longevity piece.
Have you guys seen, as we all know, our New Year's resolutions, we all kind of joke, what are we going to do, so we're going to be healthy, for maybe the month of January, then drop off. But do you see folks sticking with it with you guys, since you do have that core piece of coaching there?
Yeah, we have a lot of software on the back end that we can track our members with, and our data shows, our length of engagement, so how long somebody stays with us. We have a pretty good track record of keeping people for quite a few months outside of the normal, like January, February, March amount. We keep them for quite a while, and I think what we do lends itself to that, because we are a coaching gym, but also once you get involved in the community, once you get yourself embedded, the other members make it very hard to leave, because you develop friendships. You do a lot of hard work together, and so it kind of builds a pretty strong bond. So
well, and it's a mindset too.
Yes.
A lot of it is, yeah.
And usually when people come to us, they're ready to change. And we also have a process where if you are interested in coming to our gym, we have a free consultation where we get to talk to you first before any workouts happen or anything. We just want to have a conversation with you because we want to know how can we help you. It's not just about getting you in, getting a workout, and getting a sweat on. We want to know you, because this is a relationship, and that community part is another piece that makes us different. That if we don't get to know you, then how can you become connected? Which then comes to the accountability and keeping you consistent. So we want to know you first, know how we can help you. Sometimes we can't help people. Their goals may be different, or maybe they're just not ready yet to commit. So sometimes people aren't ready, and we find that out during the consultation, and and that's okay. We love to have those conversations, even if we are the kickstart for somebody. Then we'll be that. If we can get you to talk about your goals and talk about your ambitions, then if we're your next step, you don't join us, that's okay. If we were able to help you in any ounce of getting going, then we're blessed for that. So.
And I know, what do you see for people? Is it blue-collar business workers that are the 9 to 5, going to like State Farm, country companies who are your clients? Or, because I do know you do have several people from agriculture, that are farmers and livestock producers there. So what is your customer base there?
It's a melting pot.
Yeah, we got everyone from 5 years old all the way up to, pushing 70, and every walk of life in between. Like you said, agriculture. We've got businessmen. We've got high school kids. Just everybody. Like she said, a melting pot of people.
So you mentioned 5-year-olds. So you have a special workout group
We do.
for younger kids.
For kids,
then,
yes.
So.
Friday evenings, 5 o'clock. It's a happening hour, and we got a gym full of kids, and it's great.
Really?
But we teach them functional movements. We teach them how to pick stuff up, how to put stuff down. we teach them how to hang and climb and run and jump.
And they get to work off that Friday night energy.
Yeah.
They do, yeah. I think parents are thankful for that one too.
Yeah. And it's really cool to watch them move too. And there's pieces that we've found along the way where it's just basic movement of like, you watch a baby squat and they're just down there just hanging out, playing with their toys. And then once they start getting to, that grade school onto middle school age, and then they can no longer be in that squat anymore. And so finding those gaps where it's like, hey, this is a problem, because if we can't do a functional movement like that, I mean, we squat to get down to this chair, we squat to get back, we stand to get back up, and picking a laundry basket up, all those things that if they start to lose that in that grade school, middle school age, what happens when they start getting into sport and they're asking their bodies to do extreme things, but yet they can't go through those full ranges of motion, that's where injury starts to happen. And so being able to help this group it's been awesome to help make them better athletes or whatever it is they want to do. If it's just normal life, I mean, we get injured just reaching back to the back seat for something, right? And tweak your shoulder that way or something. So anything we can do to help them be ready for whatever life throws at them.
You mentioned, seeing kids go from younger being able to squat to, the grade school kids not doing that. Do you think that could be attributed? And I mean, we're not rocket scientists, but sitting there maybe video gaming a little too much and not being as active. When we were growing up, it was always on a bicycle or, we were walking beans, baling hay, straw. We were active, and I'm not picking on video gaming by any means. But what do you see? Do you possibly kind of see a trend going towards that where we do need to get our kids reactive then?
Sure. I think so.
Yeah. I mean, we all grew up basically the same way, When the sun's up, we're out the door. When the sun's down, you hear mom yelling for you to come back in. And, I feel like their times might be a little bit different than ours. They have access to a few more things that we didn't have access to, whenever we were growing up. So, we had to go out and kind of sort of make our own way, when it came to entertaining ourselves, where now they have, unlimited access to tons of entertainment. And so.
And it's sitting in their hands.
Sure, most of it is, a lot of it.
It's sitting in their hands.
Yeah, but if you come and watch our kids' class, it doesn't take but 5 minutes for them for that creativity to kind of reignite, for them to find their play, and that's kind of what we encourage with it. Is it's more playful, it's more fun. They've really gotten into playing dodgeball, which is pretty awesome to watch a group of kids play dodgeball. So it's fun. I don't feel like it's out of reach by any means. The kids are there; they're still creative. They're still want to play and do the things. So it's fun. So we encourage that with our class for sure.
Yeah. And I think like some of those foundational movements, like we were talking about the squat, but then also like thinking about, we used to climb trees or, or do things, make mud pies and all the things with our hands. And one thing we've noticed with some of our youth kids that we've ran through in different specialty programs, one thing is like hanging from the bar, so hanging from a pull-up bar or a monkey bar, that kids don't have the grip strength like they used to. So some of them are struggling to hang up there for 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds at a time. So things like that where grip strength is, our number one thing. If you think about elderly people, once they start not being able to pick up things, that's whenever they notice other things not being able to happen. So things like that, where that's a foundational thing to then, again, going into sport and not being able to hang from a bar. So your hand may not be strong enough to hold a baseball or to really throw the baseball at what your capacity could be. So things like that too. It's just,
it's the simple little things, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah. So during the summer or warmer months coming up, what do you do? Do you do anything with anybody with your classes outside? Do you go outside, offer different things or not? What do you guys offer throughout the warmer months?
Sure. Yeah. Most of our membership base is group class, but we do some specialty programs and stuff over the summer. We've ran youth programs for high school kids, that are athletes that are out of season that they kind of don't know what they're doing, and you definitely don't want to fall off. So we have offer programs like that to help just make sure that we're keeping them at that competitive level.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But we also, in the summertime, we do running.
We run a ton.
So,
I don't know if you see us running down Kickapoo, and I apologize to anybody that's had to swerve around us.
so go the speed limit down Kickapoo. I'm sure our cop friends will appreciate that too. But yeah, so in the summertime, we usually do more running. So we have a big garage door to our gym, so usually that's open. But when it's colder, then it's not, obviously. But anytime we can add running to a workout, then we'll have running in there. Now that winter's here, then we're stuck to the machines inside to get our cardio piece. But
Did you guys do like a triathlon or sort of thing this summer, or something similar to that, or none?
We did. So we did a fundraiser for the Lady Railers basketball team.
Oh, you did? What was?
Yeah, it was called the Row for Railers, Row for Lady Railers. And so basically, it was you get a team together and you row a marathon. So you row essentially.
that one was a certain distance.
Which one?
The Row for Railers. We did 45 minutes.
45 minutes of running. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We wanted to keep that user friendly. Since we were inviting the public to come do it with us, then for that we raised money for the Lady Railers. So we kept that one at a certain time frame because we didn't want to scare anyone. We wanted people to think that like, okay, yes, you can come join. You know, it was a group of what do we have? Like 5 people to switch on and off for 45 minutes. So 2 minutes at a time. That seems doable. Right, so
Yeah, you spend a lot of time on the rower for sure.
Yeah. But outside of that, then venturing outside of our gym, we did do a marathon row. It's called Row for Dough, and that's for Special Olympics. So we went to our friend's gym in Wapella, and they hosted it. So we took a couple teams over there, and so we had 10 people for that. Yeah. And then you just take turns, and we row till you hit a marathon distance on the rower. So
42,000 meters is what it ends up being total.
Wow. So it's a lot of work.
Takes a couple hours.
Yeah, but it's fun, and again, that
fun.
Community piece, and then like our gym being able to connect with another gym that's just like ours. Then we get to have that bigger community, so it's not just us in Lincoln and our little 4 walls, but expanding, and there were other gyms that participated as well. So just a big community event.
Now you mentioned coaching, so if somebody comes in, do you talk to them about their diets and try to help them, navigate, healthy eating and that sort of thing? So what other pieces do you guys have besides, just watching them work out and making sure they're doing everything properly? What's the piece afterwards when they leave the gym? What do you guys offer there then?
Yeah, we do offer nutrition coaching with that. We work on every couple months sitting down with people. We call them goal review sessions. So we kind of find out where they're at, what their struggles are, and then we put together a plan for them, that is kind of monitored by us to make sure that we're on the right path with them, to make sure that we're setting them up for success. So whether it be specific movements they want to perfect, or if they're struggling with their recovery, so they're having trouble with their sleep, it could be a lot of it is food. Mostly it's I don't sleep enough, I don't eat well enough, and that can have a major impact. So you can only work as hard as you can recover from, and so if your recovery is poor, if you can't sleep, if you don't eat well, you have a hard time, performing at what could be your best. So helping with that,
I think the holistic view, and us being a community, and again those relationships, always having conversation, then that's where a lot of things happen just naturally. Somebody may say like, man, I slept terrible last night, and that's whenever then a coach is like, well, what are you doing different? And then all of a sudden, then that opens up the floodgates of like making them think as to what, and then from there they can be like, well, I don't know what to do, and they'd be like, well, you could try this, and so then we're able to give offer tips and things like that. Now, if somebody wants more help in those areas, then we'll do either like one-on-one sessions to sit down for nutrition, or to sit down with, let's take a look at these sleep patterns. Then that becomes a side part of doing more like one-on-one coaching. It's just not fitness. It's geared towards those pieces. So a lot of conversations happen like that as well. But we really try to think holistically and what's realistic. So one thing with like nutrition is that
people think it's an all or nothing. Like, okay, I'm starting the diet on Monday, and it's like, well, why don't you start today with one choice, and what's that one choice? Maybe I'm going to have broccoli with my lunch instead of potato chips, or, just little things like that are very manageable and doable, because over time, that's what's going to win. Consistency is what wins over time, especially in a fast-paced, fast food world, right? We can't escape that, especially when schedules are busy and busier than ever. You're probably going to have to run through drive-through, every once in a while, and setting them up to where they make those better decisions or those wiser choices is what's going to win out versus, like, oh, well, this doesn't fit my meal plan, so I just won't eat it all. Like, well, no, that's not longevity. You can't sustain that for the rest of your life. So some of the things that we suggest or recommend, we want it to last a lifetime because consistency is what's going to win.
It is a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yes.
But you don't have to jump in. It's 2024 and I'm doing it and then failing. So so like you said, your coaching piece is there throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
What questions do you have, Mr. Softball?
Well, you were talking about all the classes you offer. What types of classes are they, and how are they scheduled? Like, is it aerobic type of activity, weightlifting, other types of resistance? And is it like this day is aerobic, this day is weights, or how do you schedule those classes?
It is a blend of all that. So it's sort of what you call functional fitness. So it's all the kind of the non-negotiables of life. Like you need to be able to bend your knees, you need to be able to pick stuff up off the floor, you need to be able to put your arms over your head. So we practice a lot of that. A lot of it is done with body weight movements, pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, things like that. So very basic movements like that. And then we get into a little bit more higher skill stuff with barbells. We do Olympic lifting, things like that. We use kettlebells and dumbbells. So it's a good mix of everything. That way there's no like set routine like we're doing chest and back, and it kind of breaks up a little bit of what can become monotonous over time to keep things a little bit more fresh, a little bit more fun. We do the same workout every class every day, but it varies every day. So one day it might be a little bit more conditioning based to where, like she said, we get out and we run and we do that kind of fun stuff, and then there might be other days where it's more strength based, where we're picking up heavy barbells and putting them down and that kind of stuff. So it's a good mixture, a good variety of everything to make sure that our bodies don't become like stagnant. We don't get set into a routine to where we can't do these other things because our bodies aren't used to moving that way. Like we try to express ourselves in a whole variety of movements, head to toe, up and down, left and right, all over the place.
Well, and that goes too towards everyday living.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because a lot of injuries, everyday lifting. I bent over and picked up the laundry basket and I pulled a muscle in my back, or whatever it may be. So, it's just keeping you healthy for everyday lifting. You're not going to go out and run a marathon. If you want to, kudos. But, it's just the longevity in life, I think, don't you think, Lloyd? So.
Absolutely.
And with our style of fitness, then, because we reach all those different domains, so our people are more likely to be able to go run a marathon and have good success at it, versus a marathoner would not be able to come in and go do a weightlifting competition, right? Because that's two different extremes. But our people, they can go either direction and have some decent success there because they've been training all of it. So now if they want to get a little specialized, then they can. We've had marathon runners, we've had weightlifting competition people come do our style of fitness. It's just that when they start to fine-tune and it's time to start training, then that's whenever they have to start gearing a little more towards that other side. But by keeping that foundation and building strength as well as cardio, then they're ready to go either direction if that's what they choose.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I'm going to add one more piece to that.
Oh, no, you're fine. Go right ahead. No, go right ahead.
So I think about some of our seasoned or elderly clientele that, some of these words may seem like, oh, running and jumping and box jumps and weightlifting and Olympic lifting, I can't do that, that it's, what we do is we're able to scale everything or modify. So let's say that there is some weightlifting component and they're just like, I can't do that. Then what we do is we find a modification or a substitution that is going to work for them. That way they're still getting that same stimulus. So, so some people, they may not use barbells, they may use dumbbells instead, and then we have lighter weights. So they can still do those same motions as what some of our more advanced athletes can do, but they're still doing the same workout. So a lot of our people in that area say that it's challenging but doable, and that's exactly what we want for everyone, is that it's challenging but doable, because again, the importance is motion and movement, that longevity piece. So so if I ask you to do something, and you're just like, you already don't have confidence in yourself to do it, then you're probably not going to have good success. So we need to break it down to what is the compromise there, what's challenging and doable, so that way then we maybe can progress you to there.
Well, and I don't think people realize that when they do work out, even a little weightlifting, you're working out your lungs. So, that in return, helping fight off, pneumonia or RSV or anything. I'm not saying you're not going to get it, but it just makes you healthier and stronger all around, a better person, and keeping you out of the hospital and
Building a strong
everything.
body for sure helps combat that kind of
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, a lot of our members, when they are sick, then they're able to come back quicker.
Right.
So some of my personal training ladies that I have, then that's one thing I've noticed with them over time, is that when they are down with a sickness or something or an injury, or that they come back quicker than what they would have before they were with us. So like that, we've built their foundation. We've built that good body that they're only down for a short period of time, because things are inevitable, right? Those things are going to happen, but they're only down for a short period of time, and then they're able to just pick right back up.
It's another tool in their toolbox
That's
of
right.
life.
Yes, right, for life. Yep.
So how can people get a hold of you after listening to this, and if they got questions, want to come out and do a walkthrough and go, oh my goodness, how do they reach you guys?
Yeah, we do all the social media, so we got Facebook, Instagram. You can check our website, movebetterthroughlife.com. Otherwise, the social media is just our name, Precision Movement. There's always links in there to book a free consultation if you want to come and chat. We're at 1417 North Kickapoo. If you're curious and just want to peek your head in the door, stop on by. We're almost always there. So.
And if they want to bring the kids on Friday night and get them worn out.
They can come and watch and see if it's for them. The kids have a blast.
And parents just sit around and
They do.
and watch the kids. And
I think they enjoy
or you
watching.
can drop and go. That's another. If you have errands to run, then
Neat.
just let them do their thing.
let them be their thing.
It's an hour.
Yeah.
It's a nice quiet hour.
Yeah.
A nice, good, worthwhile quiet hour.
Yes. Yeah.
So, do you have any other questions, Jim? Do you? So awesome. Well, kids, do you want to add anything? Did Mom and Dad miss any information you want to tell folks at all?
What do you think about working out?
Do you like working out with the kids?
What's your favorite movement? How about let's go with that?
My favorite movement is dodgeball, because last time we played it with the adults versus kids, and it was fun, and the adults won.
The adults won. They did.
No mercy.
What's your favorite thing to do there?
Deadlift.
Say
Deadlift.
Deadlift? You like to deadlift? Oh, neat.
He's going to be a weightlifter.
You gonna be a weightlifter?
Yep, that's what he
great.
wants to do. Yep.
That is
He'll
awesome.
get strong for sports. So that's
Great.
another thing that's, about lifting weights and getting strong. It applies itself well. You don't think about it, but football, is very high impact. And so a lot of our kids that play football, they need to be able to absorb impact. And so training the way that we do, catching weights with your shoulders and things like that, helps your body be prepared for that impact. So if it is coming, you already understand bracing, you're ready for it. It's not something that's out of nature for your body to be able to absorb an impact like that. So it sort of decreases your chance or your likelihood of injury when it comes to that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great.
And with the kids and our youth program, we've started that almost 2 years ago. We started that where they had their own specific class time, but otherwise, before that, it was in between classes. The kids that were there because their parents were there, they would ask, like, can we go play on the, and so we'd let them go play on the pull-up bar or the rings that we have there, and so they would, do their own little workouts and jumping jacks, sit-ups, all the things, and so that's what kind of drew us towards that as well, that they were there watching us, so that generational health and that generational fitness that we're able to pass along, that we want families to be involved, because whenever mom and dad start making those decisions to better their health or to take care of themselves, then the kids are watching, and so for them to then be able to participate as well, that's what we want. We want the family, the holistic piece there for them.
That's wonderful. That's great. Well, thank you so much for coming up here. Appreciate it. Kids, thank you so much for being our guests today. Appreciate you guys being on. And folks, if you want to just check it out, stop by there on Kickapoo Street, on North Kickapoo Street. Again, it's 1417 North Kickapoo Street here in Lincoln. And Precision Movement, again, thank you so much for coming. And thank you all for tuning in to Viewpoint. Laborde, and weather willing, we'll be back next week.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm Agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.